Our home prices in Airdrie jumped 10% last month. 10% in just 1 month. Now, if you thought January and February market stats were crazy, just wait until you see March's numbers. They are going to blow your mind. My name is Brad Walker. I'm a realtor with Real Broker here in Airdrie, and I'm here with your April 2022 real estate market update. But just before we get into it, I need you to go down, smash up that like button for the YouTube algorithm. For one, it really helps this video get out in front of other homeowners in Airdrie who love to see how much their net worth has grown month to month. And two, my wife and my assistant both have told me that I need to smile more, and that would just put a beautiful smile up on my face if you could do that for me. So go down, smash up that like button, and let's get into it. All right, well, now you've done that for me, let's get into some stats here. So if you're gonna see on this graphic here, we saw 362 total sales in March in Airdrie. 362, another all-time high for sales in a single month. Now, to counter that, we also saw a record-breaking number of new homes listed in March with 479 new listings within the month. Now, all that activity has left us with 261 active listings at the end of the month to start April, which equates to about 0.72 months of supply in the market. Now, as I've mentioned before, under a month of inventory is right in that extreme seller's market territory, and that's why we're seeing such massive price increases right across the board right now. Now, talking about price increases, you're also going to see on here that we have a year-over-year price increase in Airdrie of 29.3% across all the property types in the city. Now, to put it in perspective for you, how many sales we're actually seeing this year in 2022, if we keep up our current pace of sales, by the end of April this year, we will likely surpass our total sales for 2018 and 2019 as well. So we're just 4 months into the year, and we're already possibly going to be passing those years for total sales numbers. So that just shows you how much sales are happening in our city right now. Well, that gives you a bit of a high-level view of what's going on in the market right now, but let's break it down for each property type now. If we look at this graphic here, you're going to see that detached homes are currently sitting at a year-over-year price increase of 32.8%, whereas semi-detached are seeing a similar price increase, but slightly higher at 33.3% year-over-year. Our row homes are sitting right around 13.6% increase year over year. And when you look at that, our apartment style condos are finally seeing a good increase here, and they're sitting at a 7.7 year over year increase, and that's after seeing an 8% increase in March alone for those condos. So last month, when we said it looked like condos were looking primed to make a bit of a comeback, they definitely did that in March. So it looks like our condo sector is finally starting to turn around after almost a decade of being pushed down and down in the slumps as far as prices go. And of course, our semi-detached and detached are leading the charge, and they're seeing pretty much Toronto style price increases year over year right now. Now, one thing I need to note, if you're watching the market right now, if you're looking at list prices online as they come up, with the way the market is right now, we're seeing list prices all over the map because we're seeing some sellers try to exaggerate the market and price high, and we're seeing other sellers price very low in hopes to get a lot of multiple offers going on in that property and drive up the bidding war. So if you're looking at just list prices, it's going to get pretty confusing. So what I have for you is I have market reports for every single neighborhood in Airdrie that I email out once a month. In that report, you're going to find the sales data, so what those properties actually sold for, regardless of what they were listed for, as well as some other market points that you can see for your specific neighborhood. So if you'd like to see that, so you know what those homes around you are actually selling for, there's a form down below. Fill that out, and we'd be more than happy to send that report off to you for your neighborhood. All right, next up, we're going to talk a little bit about the mortgage rates. We saw some big changes in March for mortgage rates, where if you got your pre-approval and you got your rate locked in at the end of February, you likely got it done at under 3%, while now you're looking at more like 3.7, 3.8% for that 5-year fixed mortgage. So they made a huge jump in March. Now, our variable rates at the moment are still under 2%, so a lot of buyers out there right now are opting for the variable rates being 2 full percentage points behind those fixed rates. There'd need to be 8 increases over the next 5 years to make that variable end up being more expensive than your fixed. So it really does make sense to look at that variable rate right now. That being said, if you did get a rate locked in at the end of February or the beginning of March and you got that rate locked in under 3%, that fixed rate could definitely still make sense, but you need to get into a home, get the possession of your home before that pre-approval expires. So if that sounds like you need to know what that pre-approval date is so that you can get your mortgage going and move into your home before that date, so you can make sure you lock in that rate for the next 5 years and that you're not vulnerable to the new rates that are in the market today. So where is our market gonna go from here? We've just entered the spring real estate market season, which is typically our busiest season in real estate around here, but we've just come off of a Q1 that really felt like a spring real estate season. So are we gonna see that amp up even more, or is that not gonna happen? And that's really the question. Nobody really knows, but the way that I see things going is I don't think there's gonna be any sort of drop off anytime soon. I think we're gonna see this type of activity continue through the spring with lots of listings, lots of sales, and I think our prices are gonna continue to increase. Now, are we gonna see 10% per month increases? I don't think so. We saw a huge increase in March. Now I think it's going to taper off a bit, but I still think we're going to see those increases happening throughout the spring and the summer. But I'd be curious what your thoughts are, so comment down below how you think this spring and summer is going to look for real estate here in Airdrie. Do you think we're going to go up a bit more? Do you think it's going to get crazier? Do you think it's going to tame off, prices drop? Let me know down below what you think, and I'd love to have a conversation with you around that. Well, that's about all I have for you this month. Again, if you want to stay up to date on real estate in your neighborhood and see those sale prices around you, click the link below, fill out the form to get that neighborhood market update for your neighborhood every month in your email. And also, if you want to see how much your home is worth right now after all these price increases, there's also a link down below to fill out a form to get a free home evaluation so that you know how much equity you're now sitting on in your home and in your investment. And again, my name is Brad Walker. I'm with Real Broker here in Airdrie, and we'll see you next month.